Alright, even though Winter Storm Pearl is going to be pretty disappointing for snow lovers in the Northeast, I got good news for you. There is a major snowstorm on the way Monday and Tuesday. As you can see here, by Tuesday morning, the Northeast, parts of southern New York, most of Massachusetts, southern New Hampshire, building into Maine, could have a foot of snow associated with this storm. Now again, this isn't Winter Storm Pearl. Winter Storm Pearl is going to move way far north of the Northeast and really not drop any snow. This system is a different one that's going to be moving in Monday and Tuesday. And let's take a look as it moves in. You see, this is Monday at 11 a.m. and then moving into 2 p.m. you start to see this low really build in, develop, and move north into the Northeast. So as it moves through, you can see it is bringing down the cold temperatures, and that's what's really going to allow this snowfall to accumulate. So moving into Monday at about 8 p.m., you can see most of the Northeast is below freezing, which is a great sign if you're a snow lover in the Northeast, because you really need those freezing temperatures to get any real snowfall. The reason you guys didn't get any snow with Winter Storm Pearl is because when that low was moving in, New York was about 65 degrees. With this low moving in, you can see New York is in the 20s to low 30s. So that's going to allow snow to develop. And really, this is exactly what you want to see if you're a snow lover in the Northeast. You want to see this low building in right along the coast. So what that does is it brings in all the moisture that you need. You got to have moisture if you want to have clouds, and then if you want to have precipitation, whether it's rain or snow, you need that moisture in the first place. So it's bringing that in from the warm Gulf Stream right here, but then on the left side, and that's the important thing, the low is just sitting off the coast. So the left side of this low brings all that cold air down. It brings the cold air down, so when that precipitation falls, it's in the form of snow. And you can see that low, it's not the lowest low you'll ever see. It barely breaks 1,000, but it's in the exact position you want to see it if you're trying to get some snowfall. So let's get a big look at what's going on. Right now there is actually some snow hitting Vermont and New Hampshire. That's just some weird little system. That's no Winter Storm Pearl. This is Winter Storm Pearl right here. But as I click through, you'll notice that this low just moves too far north, and really the Northeast just gets some rain with this one. And then let's see if we can figure out where the system is coming from. There you start to see it build into North South Carolina, and then that just starts to move up the coast, and then you see that snow start to build into the Northeast. And it's actually some really heavy rain or heavy snowfall rates, especially Tuesday at about 1 in the morning. The bulk of this storm is going to be hitting. But again, we couldn't really see it that well about where it's coming from. It just seemed like all of a sudden it popped up over North Carolina and then moved up the coast. So let's see if we can see it in the 500 millibar map. And this is Winter Storm Pearl right here. It's even weird that the Northeast is getting any snow right now, because it almost looks like they're under a ridge right now. Pretty weird system. But that's Winter Storm Pearl. We're going to see that move into the Midwest. That's going to bring some blizzard conditions to the Midwest, some snow, maybe 3 to 5 inches in parts of Wisconsin and Michigan. But there are some heavy winds associated with that, so that's why there are blizzard conditions in the Midwest. And then that just moves way too far north. This is building into Saturday, Sunday. And looking at the map right now, you would have no idea that a system is going to be moving into the Northeast, dropping 1.5 feet of snow on Monday and Tuesday. The reason I'm saying that is because these isobars are completely flat, basically across the entire country. When you see that, it pretty much tells you no exciting weather is on the way. But that's what's weird about this system, is throughout the day Sunday, you start to see this little tiny trough start to build in above Nebraska, and then it just continues to deepen and deepen and deepen until Monday and Tuesday, where it's actually formed a decent little trough, and that trough right here is what's going to be bringing the snowfall. It's so weird to see. It's completely flat, and then this trough just kind of pops in out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, the Northeast is getting 1.5 feet of snow. You can also see it on the 300 millibar winds. This is the jet stream. Again, that's Winter Storm Pearl as it moves through. And, oh, nope, I was wrong there. That is the system that we're looking at for this snowstorm. Completely flat, and then Monday into Tuesday, you can see the dip in the jet stream. You get a nice trough, and right here on the eastern side of that trough is where you're gonna get some good snowfall. So let's take a look at the snowfall as it builds into the Northeast. You see there's that high, that one's gonna be moving off, and then starting at about 7 a.m. Monday morning, this system builds into Pennsylvania. You can see actually some really heavy snowfall rates on the eastern side of West Virginia. That's really in the higher elevation places in the Appalachians. But basically all of Pennsylvania getting some snow at this point, and then that heavy snowfall rate basically covers Pennsylvania by Monday at 1 p.m. And then all of southern and western New York is going to be getting snow again Monday at 1 p.m. That's when this system starts to really move through the Northeast, and then it continues to develop. You can see that low sitting right off of New Jersey. And remember, it's bringing that cold air down up above and to the west of the low. So that's what all this snowfall is going to be. You see really heavy snowfall rates for southern parts of New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, all of Vermont, all of New Hampshire. This is looking like a pretty good storm, I gotta say. And then this. That map is, like, you almost never see snowfall rates this heavy. Again, this is showing Monday night into early Tuesday morning, and that's about as heavy snowfall rates as you're ever going to see. That's what we were seeing in California this last week when we picked up 6 feet of snow. Well, we were getting these rates for about 2 to 3 days, but that's what's going to be building into Massachusetts, southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, even the little southern tip of Maine. Really heavy snowfall rates. That's about 0.3 to 0.4 inches per hour. And then that finally moves off. So the big thing that I've been talking about is the temperatures are going to be cold enough for this one. That's what's really been ruining all the big winter storms for the Northeast. It seems like the entire last month is the low moves through, and then all of a sudden New York is 60 degrees. So you're not going to pick up any snow when that happens. With this one, you can see New York below freezing, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, all below freezing. So that's what's going to allow those heavy snowfall rates to build in. Here you see this is early Monday morning, absolutely no snow, and then you start to see it pop in 5 to 8 inches on the eastern side of West Virginia, and then that starts to push into Pennsylvania throughout Monday morning and into Monday afternoon. It really starts to build in by about Monday at 7 p.m., building into Tuesday morning. You can see almost all of Pennsylvania is going to have basically 6 to 12 inches of snow at this point. Really in the high elevation places, you're going to be getting a foot. And then remember those heavy snowfall rates that we saw building in on, Monday night, early Tuesday morning? Well, that's going to bring a foot of snow to southern parts of New York, western Connecticut, western Massachusetts, and that's just the start of it. By Tuesday at 7 a.m., you can see those heavy snowfall rates have hit, and now there's 1.5 feet of snow basically stretching from southern New York all the way into southern Maine. And Massachusetts is going to get some good accumulations with this one. You can see 1.5 feet through basically all of Massachusetts. Southern New Hampshire, you could be getting 1.5 feet as well. If you want to stay updated with this storm, you can subscribe to my channel. I will be doing forecast videos going over this storm every single day. So if you're interested in following what this storm does, you can subscribe to my channel, or you can check out my forecast playlist where I've possibly already made another forecast video covering this storm. Thanks for watching.